A fantastic All-Ireland final win for Limerick, and if you want to get the perfect commemoration for it, get that Limerick hurley that's in the description, the bio. It's burnt into the timber, Limerick, the old style crest, and all the years that Limerick have won the All-Ireland, including 2020. So you can order that via the link in the bio just now. So to go through that Limerick performance and player for player, the ratings out of 10. Like, they were absolutely sensational to a man. We'll start off in the goals. Nicky Quaid, his puck outs were brilliant. His saves, especially that a couple of those saves that came in low, awkward ones. I mean, they probably look like routine enough, but when you're out there and the entire country is watching a ball going in at you, and it can be a little bit tricky at times, he did really, really well. So you'd have to think that that's the all-star in the bag for the effing man, and another fantastic performance of him on the big day. And of course, we all know they wouldn't have won that first All-Ireland a couple of years ago if it wasn't for his save against Seamus Hardy. So he's done it again, and just it's hard to think over the game of the mistake that he made. And in general, that seems to be the way he finds Kyle Hayes so often out at the wing. The way they've obviously practiced their puck outs to the nth degree with Paul Kinnerk, John Kiley and everyone else involved, and whether he's going long finding lads in space, whether it's Morrissey and Hegarty, or going short, you just can't say enough good things about him, because he's a brilliant goalie and he's number one around at the moment. I think Sean Finn was very, very good. Won a number of 50-50 balls, never looked all that bothered, and just won a couple of turnovers at key moments early on in the game. And you kind of felt that the Waterford forwards were very much struggling to get in past the likes of him and Dan Morrissey. And generally now Limerick did have an extra man back there, so that does help. But Finn is a brilliant player, and once more he gets it done. Dan Morrissey, really good. Couple of 50-50 balls went in where maybe he mightn't have been favoured for them, but he came out with the ball and looked safe. Waterford did get in a couple of times early on, but I wouldn't necessarily put that down to Morrissey. Maybe I'll watch it back a second time and feel slightly differently, but I can't imagine it was to him. Barry Nash, couple of nervy moments, once or twice, he didn't necessarily look like a cornerback, but I think overall he's done brilliantly back there and did have a very good game. So my ratings so far: Nicky Quaid 8, Sean Finn 8, Dan Morrissey 8, Barry Nash 7, and probably Virgin on the 8 as well. So some people probably think that's a little bit harsh, but anyway, such is life. Dermot Burns, I gave him an 8. He's just a colossal at the back. Just the way he plucks ball out of the sky, he's so impressive. Scored a point for himself. Maybe had a wide or two. Uses the ball very well, and very few lads get the upper hand on the Patrick's Well man. Declan Hannon, I gave him an 8 as well. He's just so graceful with the ball. You can hit it to him any which way, and he's going to control it first time straight into the paw and on again. He got a point from distance at one stage in the first half after I think that was the time that Austin Gleeson had been hit in the family jewels. But anyway, the ball ended up on the Limerick side, and Hannon, as he often does, knocked one over the bar. And if you trace it back to when Limerick lost their All-Ireland title in 2019, Hannon getting concussed early on obviously didn't help their cause, and when he's in full flow, generally very few lads are on top. Now, at times Austin Gleeson was in there, and Gleeson was probably the most productive of the Waterford forwards throughout the game, but still, Hannon very good. Kyle Hayes gave him a 9. He's just a machine at wing back. Like that goal chance in the first half where he had one save from Stephen O'Keefe, and then Keane Lynch did also on the rebound. Hayes had spoiled the puck out around in his own defence, and he just kept doing overlapping runs, and he just keeps going all day long. Scored a point for himself. That's 2 All-Ireland final performances in a row that go up there with some of the best we've seen. 2018 he was man of the match, scored 4 points from play, and just excellent again. I just think Waterford struggled to deal with him. His power running from deep is absolutely exceptional, and the way he's an option from puck outs all the time. He was a 9 out of 10 for me, to go with Hannon's 8. Midfield then gave Darragh O'Donovan 7, knitted the play together well. Gave William O'Donoghue 8. He just throws his body in everywhere, wins dirty ball. Even that cynical foul late on. From a game management point of view, I'm all about it. I mean, I think the problem is the rules, and like teams continue to do cynical fouls until a penalty is brought in for cynical play, not a black card, because again he would have taken that anyway, much like we've seen in both codes for the last few weeks. People are always going to take the black card when you're ahead if it's going to be a sin bin. Now, Grode Hegarty, Grode Hegarty and Tom Morrissey could throw a blanket over the two of them, give them both 9 out of 10. Tell them both, look, the hurler of the year is there. Decide between you which one he's going to win it this year, and maybe the way things are going with Limerick and who'll have it next year. But Hegarty, he was a 9 out of 10 from me. 7 points from play. That's not far off a 10 out of 10. Morrissey, also a 9 out of 10. Again, you could say that he was a 10 out of 10. He was unbelievable in the semi-final against Galway, and I thought was a huge reason why they won that game. And scored 5 points here also. Both of them actually created an awful lot, as well as scoring 12 between them. They were both just instrumental in creating both one puck outs cleanly, and that's the sort of thing that always creates panic in an opposition defence. And they found some weak spots in that Waterford defence, and they were able to exploit it. Keane Lynch, gave him a 7, possibly could have given him more. He ran through that Waterford defence a couple of times in the first half, put them on the back foot, always knits the play together lovely. Might have set up a goal for Aaron Gallan the first half, but was fouled just beforehand, and just as ever, he's always very, very good, but just give him a 7 on this occasion. Aaron Gallan, a lot of talk about his fitness issues coming into this, whether it was his ring finger on his left hand, or whether it was his body after taking a shot from Grode McInerney, I should say, in the semi-final. But he was an 8 out of 10, scored 4 points from play, which seems like giving him an 8 out of 10 might even be harsh, but given the quality of ball gone in, and given how many of them that Conor Prunty won, I think they both actually played really well. So it's not like a slight on Gallan, it's just his man also did plenty of good things too. So I'd give him an 8 out of 10, hit his frees well, and good performance. Seamus Flanagan scored 3 points, that justified his inclusion as far as I was concerned. Gave Shane McNulty a tough time of it and brought off late on. Graham Mulcahy, probably not his most effective display, taken off again as he was in the semi-final when he was quiet enough. Give him a 5, but he's obviously had brilliant days, but he'll probably know himself it wasn't his best day. Then just running through the subs, Peter Casey, gave him a 7, made an impact. David Reedy 6, Pat Ryan 7, Adrian Breen and Paddy O'Loughlin, as I'm going to call him now because he's so big and bustly. They weren't probably on long enough to be rated, but some brilliant performances all around for Limerick. And let me know what you think out of 10. Did I score some lads harshly? Did I wrong any lads? Did I overrate anybody? Let me know. On second viewing, who knows, I'll change my mind, but that's my instant reaction, and let me know yours.